So before the snow came yesterday, I went out and picked out my cabbage, most of it anyway. It should be fine out there. It's in the 20s, but it's got snow on top of it, so that blanket. And I've got Christmas lights running around the bottom, so it should be fine out there. But just in case, I picked some of it, and I'm going to make sauerkraut. So here's my pickling crock. Like the Amish use. It's a pretty big one. It's a 2-gallon one. And so I'm gonna cut this up really small, throw it in the crock, and then I'll sprinkle kosher salt over it, put these weights on it to keep it below the brine, and then put this lid on it and just set it on my cabinet over here. And for about 5 to 7 days. I think it was 7 last time, and it was the best sauerkraut I've ever eaten. So I'll show you the process. Okay, so next I've really weighed all of this already, but I just wanted to show you. Most of the cabbage is already in here, but I pulled a little bit out so you could see on the scale what I've done. I ended up, and don't worry about all the math. Just remember, weigh all your cabbage and then subtract the weight of your little container here. So weigh your container first or last when it's empty, it doesn't matter, but subtract that off the total so you don't use too much salt. And then you can look up on Google, how much salt do I use to ferment cabbage? It will tell you, it will do all the calculations for you, no math. My little jar says sea salt. It's actually kosher salt. You can use pickling salt. I've never tried table salt. Do whatever you want, but you can look that up. I need a tablespoon and a half. The fermentation process goes faster the less salt you use, but I use what it tells me to use. And I got the recipe book with my crock. I ordered mine from Ace Hardware, and it's a very solid crock. I think I paid about $69 for it, and it is heavy duty, solid. I really like it. And then what we're gonna do is basically massage this. I know it sounds weird, make sure your hands are clean. I'm eating it, so I don't mind getting my hands in here. Just massage this until it starts making its own juice. We're not going to put water in this. The longer you leave this, the more fluid that cabbage is going to put out, and that's actually the brine that you need. But this needs to, anything that sticks out of the brine is going to mold. Never fear. I know this sounds weird to all of you mold freaks, but it's like cheese. If you've ever had moldy cheese, scrape it off and eat it. Or throw it out. Or send it to me, I'll eat it. Scrape the mold off. The first time I made this, there was mold on top because a little bit was sticking out of the brine and I didn't realize it. I scraped it off and ate it. I was fine. Yo, this has probiotics in it that you will never get from store-bought sauerkraut. Stop buying all those probiotics in capsules and the junk you get over the counter. If you want probiotics, this is the way to get it. Get it naturally from the stuff you grow in your garden that doesn't have any pesticides on it. Don't put pesticides on your garden. You can use neem oil. You can use, I don't have any pests. I have raised beds that I've never really struggled with pests. I just haven't. So if you get your garden up off the ground, 90% of your pests will be gone. So we'll talk about that in the gardening section. But I can already see some weeping, some fluid starting to happen out of this cabbage. So I'm going to go ahead and massage this where I can use both hands. I'm using my painful shoulder and I'm going to switch hands. So I'll come back in a few. Okay, I'm back, and it's been about 20 minutes, and as you can see, I don't have a lot. It's all moist, and of course you can't really tell, but you may be able to tell, but there's not like standing brine. You can see that there's some stuff, you can see the moisture if I press on it oozing out, but I've had different kinds of cabbage. This is a new variety. Don't ask me, I can't remember. I'll dig out the seeds and tell you sometime, but you can see the moisture on my fingers, and there's moisture there, but if I put that away to ferment the way it is, it's not, I need standing brine, and I don't have that. So what I'm gonna do is add some water. I'm gonna use filtered water, but I wanna warn you about something. If you have bottled water, I'm actually using this water for my dog. I love my dog, but check out the ingredients. Purified water, calcium chloride, sodium bicarbonate. I don't want all that. I don't want all that in my water, so I don't buy this brand anymore. I didn't realize all that was in there when I grabbed the case. This has no other ingredients except water, unless they're completely lying to me, which is always possible. But I really do want the cleanest water I can get, so I'm going to use this water, and I'm going to add it, and then I'll be back and show you where I end up. All right, y'all, I have added a little bit of water, no more than I absolutely needed to get this covered. You can see that there's really not much. It's not like literally standing in water, but it is covered. And keep in mind that these weights, which probably weigh a pound, pound and a half a piece, they're pretty heavy, are going to lay on top of this mixture and push it down into the brine. So I'm good, and I'll check it when I get the weights down in there. Also, I took this paper towel and wiped off any product that was on the edge, only because I don't want anybody watching the video when I open this back up to freak out and go, oh, there's moldy stuff on the edge. So, not that it would hurt anything, but I know how y'all are. So, we're just gonna lay the weights down in here, and you'll see how it pushes the brine up. I mean, these things are weighty. That's why they call them weights. So, let me turn this one around. You do have to be careful with these, because the first set I got was actually cracked, because they're they're ceramic, so they break very easily. So you do have to be careful, and you do have to keep them clean. These are more porous, the weights are. It's that simple. It's literally cabbage and salt. That's it. Now, obviously, as I just learned, different varieties put off different amounts of moisture. That makes sense to me. And I'm learning as I grow different varieties. See how much brine there actually was? I could have actually added less water and been fine, but that's fine. All that's going to do is dilute the salt a little bit and slow down the fermentation process. I'm already old. There's no sense in being in a hurry. So I'm not in a hurry with anything anymore. Literally, the top just fits on this beautiful little crock here, or big crock, which was clean. I've got product on the outside. And I just push it back on the cabinet, and I forget it for a week. I may open it and check it, but if I forget, doesn't matter. I turn off these little lights and leave it in the dark, and that's it. It's so simple to make your own sauerkraut. It's ridiculously simple. So that's it, guys. We'll check back in, and you can see the results. Have a great day. God bless.